checking the alley for a male in question at 2253.
Copy.
315, we're on scene.
Copy.
325 to 5, this is the West Falls Cherokee.
Copy, code 4. Male with the knife point is walking north on Robert at 2254.
325, can you just quick log? Frank Sierra Kilo 908.
Copy, and I copy there was no assault at 2254.
Welcome back to Live on Patrol. We're at Arcade in Maryland. And time is it now? It's 5 minutes to 11. As you know, most of the bars close right at 11. Which last night precipitated a series of events after bar closing. Involving 3 shootings with a 170 plus rounds expended. Now it was 150 earlier today. Now we've heard 173. We think it's actually probably closer to 200, but
unbelievable.
They don't count. Revolvers don't eject their rounds, so you never know for sure. But we are on Maryland Avenue in St. Paul. We're mostly here just to see if we can help keep the peace tonight.
Yep.
We did talk a lot about the shootings on our earlier hour and a half. And if you missed that, you know, we're not going to talk too much about what can be done. We did have a discussion of that. We'll probably do more of that tomorrow. But tonight we're just going to make sure that things go peaceful.
That would be nice.
A little bit of blur on our camera. I don't know if that's... I don't know, is that... See if you got any cloth, you can wipe the lens. I know that...
Let's see here.
Twinkies got a lot
works really well.
Twinkies have a lot of oil in them.
What works really well is a mask.
A cotton one.
A mask? Try this.
Good. There's a million possibilities. Could be nothing, huh? Or you could have just put some Winston on there. Pull that out. Pull that out for a minute. See if that's related. No.
Nope. Might be an atmospheric phenomenon.
It looks like a purple haze. Is this Prince? Maybe it's got Prince's birthday.
I think Prince maybe approves of our mission. Oh, you know what? I see it.
What is it?
We'll need to pull over for a second and I'll be able to get it.
Something on the windshield or what?
Yep. There is a little smear on the windshield right in front of it.
Inside?
Outside.
Oh yeah, outside.
Maybe in the Foundry lot.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I think that one's on the inside. You know what happens is when we move those things
Oh yeah.
out, we hit it with our greasy fingers. It's okay, I'll stop here in a minute.
Okay.
In fact, I'll stop right here before we get.
What's that one?
Could you show me around your HQ? Turn evidence.
I know you don't like toilet paper, but for the windshield, that should be okay.
I think I may have already gotten it.
Well, you are amazing.
I think we got it.
There's it for later.
I don't think we're going to need it now.
Okay. Oh yeah, that looks much better. Mission accomplished. Jesus Christ. Those SpaceX astronauts ain't got nothing on us. right?
Absolutely. We're techno wizards.
Oops. We care about our customers. So everything's closing at about 11. Shooting here last week after we had been here the night before. Seatbelt, everybody, or?
Yep.
And
well, it looks like they still got a few people emptying out over here at the Foundry.
yep.
If you recall, we had a homicide here Sunday. Don't want a repeat of that.
I got a whole box of Twinkies in the back, a big one. Big one. I love that music. How am I doing? I don't know if the camera can pick that up.
You got it.
There's Michael. All quiet? Yeah, it's all good. Huh? Oh.
Give me 30 seconds.
Yep. Hey, mute. Oh, what is the plate on that Challenger we're looking for? You remember?
That's not it. But
Okay.
it is. Actually, it's right here. Right there.
Yep, there you are. You're a good man, Charlie Brown. Good man.
Oh, you plugged this in for me. Thank you.
Oh, I did. It was making noise like it was going to die. Beep, beep, beep. So, obviously, after everybody leaves here, a lot of them head down to the holiday. We'll do that in a minute. Just gonna spend a few more minutes here, make sure everybody gets out of here safely.
Good plan.
So we had a fair amount to say about the shootings here in our earlier afternoon broadcast. It's less than 2 hours. You can feel free to catch up on that. But for those that did listen, we're not going to be redundant tonight. We're just going to see if we can make sure that everything goes quietly tonight, because you never know if there's retaliation in the works, right?
Absolutely. So after we signed off earlier at about 9:10 p.m., there was a report of 4 to 6 shots fired at 897 Conway at about 10 to 10.
Which wouldn't be, it'd be right about just a little west of Forest, over there at Forest and Conway.
Yep. 1845 Sheridan Avenue on the far west end off of 7th Street. reported 12 shots fired.
Which is an unusual. There's a school there that was nearby.
Yep.
What was the name of that?
That is Jiming Academy.
Yeah. The reason I mentioned that is one of the rounds from last night hit the school across the freeway.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. Hit, that's
Benjamin Mays?
Benjamin Mays.
Yeah, that's an amazing thing that someone could have got killed across the freeway.
And at about the same time, at 10 to 10, at United Emergency Room, a 50-year-old man arrived with a gunshot wound.
That's tonight. Yeah.
Yep. And he said it had happened at a gas station. There's no further information available at this time. And you might remember at Rice and Front, there was a man in a red Honda Civic who threatened someone with a gun and fired a shot off as an intimidation measure. The initial plate was gotten wrong, but we played around with the plate a little bit and came up with a vehicle that matched the description. And our Arctic personnel, Kelly in particular, came up with an address connected to that vehicle, and St. Paul officers ended up stopping the vehicle down off of Point Douglas, I believe it was?
Somewhere down there, yeah.
Off of Point Douglas Road, and captured the man and recovered a gun from the vehicle.
And all of that started with Pat getting on the computer and running alternative plates. So give yourself a little more credit, because Pat was able to change a few numbers around and figure out the right plate. And that's what led to the right address and the arrest. So congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. It's,
master count, master analysis. That's what analysts do. They figure stuff out. And that's what Pat did once again.
Well, as I let Kelly know, who figured that, put all the pieces together, she's one of my personal heroes. She does amazing work.
She's another analyst. We could probably give her a title too. But the thing is, what's that there? Charger, Challenger?
Charger.
The thing is, when you give people titles, you in your case, any title fits you.
You are far too kind.
But, you hate to give a title that a person might not like. In Kelly's case, she's just awesome, right?
Absolutely.
We can't call her like the mistress of analysis. Like you're the master of analysis, right? We got some great analysts in this department that help find and solve stuff.
Really, we really do. I work with some amazing individuals.
So it is Sunday night. I know everybody has to get up for work tomorrow, me included. We won't work too late. Probably work till the holiday is closed. Well, maybe on Sunday it closes earlier. Maybe it's just somebody quoted me from my other night, Friday night, and I appreciate that. The good news is holidays open past 1. The bad news is holidays open past 1. So I saw that quote posted, and
so did I.
Got a good chuckle out of that. We do, when we're home relaxing and can't go to sleep, we are scrolling through the comments, so thank you very much.
And unfortunately, last night it did indeed prove to be bad news. Now we're coming up on Bourne's Bar here on the right, which looks like it's pretty much emptied out.
Yeah, empty. No one is in custody at this point for the 173 rounds that were expired. We do know there were 7 people injured, and homicide unit. They gotta be just swamped right now, huh?
Yeah, they are overwhelmed.
Our
And
friends.
nonetheless, do an incredible job.
Yeah.
I was looking at the numbers from last year. The St. Paul's homicide unit had a 91% clearance rate on homicides, which I don't think is matched anywhere in the country with in a big city.
It's a great group, you know. Most of them we worked with or know from our past life there.
Yep.
We have a couple personal favorites. Not that they aren't all good, just that.
Well, I've got a little bit of bias towards Tommy Arnold, my old partner.
Yeah. How could you not? How could you not? You got a little rain sprinkles, so once
Yeah,
in
we
a
got a
while-
little bit of rain, which is going to cause us to go in and out of focus now and then. Please bear with us. We don't have any control over the weather.
What I was gonna say is usually Sunday nights are a little quieter than Friday, Saturday, especially after a significant shooting incident, but that's a usually.
Copy, summary. 5%.
Whoop, that guy's shaking hands while he's driving. High five, high five.
My bad. I see you, man.
What up, John?
How you doing?
No, no.
Hey, what's up? No, sir. No, sir.
What do you want? What was it? I wouldn't hear it all.
He was asking for $1, and then he
$1?
real quick said, "My bad, my bad."
I thought he said a long one. I thought you were gonna. Usually you're good for a cigarette.
I'm always good for a cigarette. I understand the addiction.
Yeah.
Fine, Caleb.
How you doing?
321, I copy you en route to the suspicious Montana Canard. 30
My
juveniles
goodness.
attempting to get into vehicles. I've seen tails from
Must be
Canard.
a junker saving.
Black male, but
I don't
female,
know.
no clothing.
That's a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff on that car. See the window there? A few gunshots
Yep.
in the window. How'd you like to be a clerk working in there? I should probably show them that.
Yeah, I think so.
I might have $1 for you, but you know, I'm not positive.
For my disability cap, if you compare it to 20,
what do
I give 5 for 20 because I'm a disability cap.
Here's the deal. I'm gonna give
They
you
don't charge
5.
me the full fare. They
I'm
don't charge
gonna
me
give
the
you
full
5. There you
fare. I
go.
won't be out here. I swear to God. It's just 20 to 20. If you feel good, I'll give you 5 and you'll have 5 for the
You're
night.
good at the 5. Good. God bless.
What a deal.
You got to give him credit.
Yeah, he tried. Give me 20, I'll give you a 5.
I don't think he knows that our car was the same car that passed him when you were there.
No, he clearly did.
Well, there's the box. Remember
Oh,
that?
yeah. Did it sound like it went over a PA for a second?
Yeah, she came out and said, "Knock it off."
Oh.
She's telling him to knock it off. But you remember that PIC call or the guy that was going to commit suicide?
But Twinkies talked him down.
That's right. That's right. I'm going to show you the holes here from the shooting. 26 rounds, I think, were expended in this lot. So I don't know if it's true. If you can see those holes up there.
Right over that man's right
There'd
shoulder.
only be 1 or 2 up there. There's plastic up there. The guy with the blue hat standing up against there. Some holes there from the shooting here last night.
frighteningly close to where the clerks work.
Unbelievable. Look at right there.
Yep.
And they come back to work, those ladies. They always do. Hey, ladies. You guys eat Twinkies? You know what Twinkies are? Twinkies?
Can you open her car door? It just they can't open.
We don't know how to do that anyhow, but I got a whole box of Twinkies. I just want to... This is a whole case of them. 32. 32 Twinkies. This, if you're stuck out here for a while, take the Twinkies, okay?
Hey, ma'am.
3-1 investigate.
Hey, ma'am.
Go ahead.
I'm going to tell you about a little trick. Do you know anybody who has a spare key at home right now? Oh.
What is this address? Holiday on what?
629
629 Holiday.
Rice Street.
Oh, right.
629 Rice Street.
Well, I have no choice, baby. What else am I going to do?
381, I copy at 2315.
What the fuck? Somebody's going to take forever. I ain't got no choice.
Are you guys all together?
Yeah.
That's not good, is it? Well, at least you saved some up, huh? Let me see what you got.
So this poor woman's locked out of her car. But I was mentioning to her a little trick that is a good thing to remember. Telling the folks about the little trick I was going to tell her. That if you have a spare key at home and somebody with access to it, and your keys are locked in your car, if you call them on the phone...
No way.
Yep. And they hold the fob up next to the phone.
Are you 1012?
No way.
And hit the unlock, it will unlock your car doors.
Affirmative.
That is a fact.
Did you copy
I've
the hit for
tested
that?
it out and it works.
Affirmative, I'm out with him. We're close for now. I'm just going to go one more slow.
So the airbags would go off.
Copy, I 315 en route to you at 2317.
Well, I can go see if they got one inside. What do you see? You change your locker right there?
No, unfortunately, Slim Jims are becoming a thing of the past with newer vehicles and side airbags in the doors. A Slim Jim can set off the airbag. So, no, Slim Jims are not good. A good idea with the newer vehicles with the side airbags. Hey, you don't have a car door opener, do you?
I do.
These people would love one.
I'm good at this.
Hey, ma'am, we got you some help. We got you some help.
Oh, okay. Who y'all call?
That man right there is going to help you.
Oh, okay.
St. Paul Police.
All right, then. All right, y'all come with me. Go clear out. Hey.
Folks, I'll be right back with you. Oh, you got one of those high-tech ones.
Department.
Thank
There
you,
they are.
man.
God bless
All
them.
right, baby. That's a progressive. Yeah. Okay, thank you. All right, baby. Jesus.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm asking that all the time.
I couldn't believe that thing. No. Look, you shouldn't have did.
These are slick. And they also, and I have one of these. I gotta start remembering to bring it. You've got an air bladder that slides in there if you need it, and you pump it up, and it gently opens the door.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Well done.
I like you.
All right, girls. Have a good one. Exceptional job by the St. Paul Police Department.
That is sweet. He had
The right material.
one of those high-tech car door openers where you don't have to go between the window and the door. He was just able to gently get the door open a little bit, reach a tool in, and unlock the car.
316.
Really.
Very, very
1739
cool.
Old Hudson
awesome.
Road at the Motel 6 on the 911.
We gotta get one of those, huh?
People yelling for
I'm looking it up right now because that's slicker than the one I have.
Definitely gotta get one. Well, good work, yeah. We didn't have a coat hanger inside there, but you had it all taken care of by the time I got back.
Next time we see Josh, we've got to let him know the first comment that came up.
What? Which is,
I'd lock my keys in my car if I knew he'd come help me.
it's nice of him to come over. He's seeing us struggling with trying to be of help.
Yeah, that was very cool.
Over to bail us out. We owe him now, huh?
Yes, we do.
316. 316. Maybe the female caller had a dispute with the front desk staff about the reservation, and they're gonna separate.
What are we on for
until
channels?
police are at.
I'm on.
I'm on one here, but I gotta go to 2, right? In a minute. I'll let you take care of the rest.
Correct. I'm going to put this on 1 now. 3. All right.
Thank you, man.
Still a beautiful night.
Check into the parking lot between HQ and the 425 Grove location for
Did you notice right over here the other night I was noticing
number that called from the
that there's no stop sign for the train crossing the road there?
Really?
Well, let me just show you. I want to show you a little emergency alert here. This guy, I saw this
Hold
guy.
it. Hold it. Okay, here it
Jesus,
is.
scare the daylights out of me. Right here, though, there's no. So I saw a guy take a right turn.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
he was going this way, and the train was coming, and there's no way he'd know. I assume the train drivers are. I mean, it'd be a red light on the street, but he took a right turn on Marion from there. So.
Oh, I can see how. Yeah, that's like the disaster.
Head on is
happen.
okay, but coming at your angle there is a little bit
We're
troublesome.
parking enforcement on channel 3.
So.
Any POs on channel 3? Negative reply, 2324.
Sometime this week, we are going to get, I don't know when it is, but it could even be tonight, I don't think so. We're going to get our 10 millionth view.
Really?
10 millionth view. Somehow we should try to celebrate that at a certain time in the night. Maybe it might be before our next.
112, 110, I copy.
7 to advise.
Wait, for a suspicious vehicle that drove through the area and shined a green laser light into cars, possibly coming from behind this address in the alleyway.
Can you check that address?
2325.
Yep.
112. 112.
Someone was shining a green laser into cars.
On Lexington?
Yep, 374. Possibly from behind the address in the alley.
I see that.
I think maybe a little bit of low temperature defrost might. Oh, you know what?
That's what I was going to say.
That's exactly what it is. I don't think we're bad without it.
Just we're only, don't put it too far. We're only bad if we're going to lighted parking lot.
Got it within arm's reach.
I don't know if it's low temperature. I might go for 72. Maybe that's what you meant, right?
That'd be low temperature. Well, we know it's probably not our friend from down on Kellogg with the green laser. I think he saves that for us. Actually, that little key fob trick I have tested myself.
The transmission goes right over the phone?
Yes, and it does indeed work.
That is amazing, Pat. I think I'm so excited to hear something totally new that I never even dreamt of.
Could well be that it doesn't work with all remotes, but it certainly worked with mine. And it's worked with several friends of mine who I gave that trick to.
Amazing.
So that just teaches you that Google is not always right.
In the old days when desperation set in, we were thankful there was a vent window. Remember those little vent windows? Because you could operate without one of those.
Oh, yeah. And a hanger would usually turn the little handle on it, too.
Right. Boy, it's a pleasant night out tonight. You know, I was thinking one of the things we got to do this week, and it won't be hard, but to all of our viewers who are listening right now, you know that yesterday was a crime-filled, shot-filled day, and we get that, and no one's more concerned about
315.
stopping that than us. However, having said that, we owe it to the out-of-staters and the out-of-countryers to spend a day talking about all the cool things about St. Paul and Ramsey County.
Yep.
You know, no matter what it might be, there's a ton of fun stuff here. Museums, colleges. We got the best colleges anywhere in the world all right here. You know, all in one city. You've got, you know, one of the 4 parks in the country that allows you to come into a zoo for free. I mean, there's a million different things. The Children's Museum, the History Museum. But here's what I'm asking you to do right now. And we're going to go back. We need to do one show this week talking about all the great things in St. Paul. Because somebody posted, well, you know, St. Paul must just be a terrible place to live.
It's a fantastic city.
And we love this city. Grand Avenue, I mean, University Avenue, all the Asian restaurants that are here. So here's what I want you to. I want you to take some time right now while you're listening to us. I mean, there's 6,000 of you or more. Put your comments in so we can go back of all the things you love about St. Paul. All the great things, the restaurants, the parks, the bike trails, whatever it might be.
It looks like we're buffering.
Oh, we'll see. We always buffer here, though.
Yep. Okay, we're back again.
Anyhow, put in your comments all the great things about St. Paul. Anything that you would like us to listen. We're going to do a day where we're touring St. Paul during the daylight hours and go over some of your favorite things. It's like, is it like Oprah, my favorite things, right?
Yep.
My favorite things, St. Paul. Or like Ellen DeGeneres. Everybody's getting a free present.
Right.
But let's celebrate some of the great things in St. Paul, even though we know we got to keep working on the problems. Because Pat and I aren't giving up, and we love what this city has to offer.
It's we love this city so much is why we think it is so worth fighting for.
I'm fine with 110.
And we're not going to quit fighting for it.
Pat and I aren't giving up. Sorry about that. A little echo in here. But anyhow, send us your comments right now, everyone, or what the great things about St. Paul are. And there are lots of them. Here's the corner of Victoria and Selby, where that shooting was last night, but certainly do not let ERR 792.
I'm going to run it.
Do not let one shooting, 2 or 3, convince you that this isn't a great city. We just need to be bold enough to deal with the problems. And they're not going to go away on their own. The first step in fixing a problem is recognizing what it is.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, you're not going to fix it.
That plate belongs to that vehicle. Right there at that address.
Just keep them coming. Keep them coming. All those great eating places, great places to walk.
The river, Hidden Falls Regional Park.
Phalen Park. At Phalen, no boats allowed on Phalen. It's one of the only lakes here that's pristine.
The neighbors sharing food.
Sweet Hollow Path down there.
Friendships. The fact that Como Park is a free zoo.
When you're downtown, you actually have skyways. You don't have to go outside to go from building to building.
Absolutely.
Thank you, George Latimer.
And here's a really good one. Thank you, Kay Bruno. We are recognized as the most literate city in the United States. Jonathan Paddleford, Meritage Restaurant, where I got engaged to my wife Trish. The West Side, the High Bridge, Moscow on the Hill, where I just was Thursday night.
We're about to drive by it.
Yeah, we are. The Midway, Alliance Field.
We're going to make a list. We're going to make a Live on Patrol list.
State Fair, the XL, The Wild?
The state fair is the best state fair in the country.
Well,
Absolutely.
The Minnesota Wild downtown, no doubt.
GOA was one.
And it's recognized widely as the best state fair in the country. Scale Model Supply, the Landmark Center, the Capitol, the Winter Carnival. Oh my goodness, the Winter Carnival. Ice sculptures, ice fishing. Yes, people actually do drive out onto frozen lakes, drill holes, and fish. Como Lake, the Pavilion, the Farmers Market, the Science Museum,
Yep.
Casetas.
Keep them coming. Those are some great, great things. It makes me smile just hearing them all.
My brother-in-law and my wife Trish both grew up near Lexington and University, lived on the east side. Every road will take you to a nearby park, all the green spaces, great health care, great restaurants.
Our healthcare is second to none. Actually, we lead the country in voting too. Did you know that?
That doesn't surprise me at all. The St. Paul Saints.
We lead the country in voting.
History, diversity, which we are abundant with. Educational opportunities, arts and culture. Mississippi River, Mounds Park.
Love it.
Our St. Patrick's Day Parade, which, gosh, we need to get back next year.
W.A. Frost, we got to throw that in there too,
Oh,
right?
W.A. Frost,
Nina's
absolutely.
Coffee on the corner here.
Yep.
And some hog. We got a ton of great restaurants right here on Selby. Our cathedral's second to none. Our Capitol's second to none. There's Moscow on the Hill where you were, right there.
Yep,
She just
there it
mentioned.
is.
Right there at Selby.
Candyland, the hospital, St. Paul Police Department, House of Wong.
House of Wong. First one of my personal favorites.
The Darriette, the Commodore. Oh yeah, love the Commodore.
Right down the street. We just turned past it. Yep.
Mickey's Diner, you betcha.
Landmark. Of all landmarks. World known.
Great breakfast. Ford Dam Scenic Overlook. The History Center.
There's Eco Lab right in front of us. Great company.
Yep. Egg Roll Queen. Oh yeah, they do great egg rolls. Several people have mentioned they'd like to see the Capitol building. Well, stand by because we do a trip by there just about
it's right
every
down the
night.
street here. I'm going to turn right in front of the cathedral and head down there for it. I wasn't planning to do it right now, but if there's a request, we're going there.
Outstanding. Parks, lakes, museums, plays, concerts, state fair, restaurants.
Did they
on
mention
and on.
Como Lake with the?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Como Lake.
Como
I don't
Lake
know,
and
do
the
they
pavilion.
The paddle boats. They still have the paddle boats there?
You know, I think so.
They might be out there. Now, Phalen Lake is twice as far around as Como, so depending on your energy level, you can pick Como or Phalen. We are always trying to, celebrate the positive. But we know sometimes we have to take care of the negative.
Well, there you have, straight in front of us, the state capitol. And we're going to drive straight up to it. Boy, that's a majestic building, isn't it?
Oh, and by the way, right here, the Minnesota History Center to our right.
Yep.
Fantastic, unbelievable center. You got to go there if you haven't. I love that History Center. I've purchased a lot of books there in their store, too, telling me about history. But
And
right
there-
now, you'll see it's the Extraordinary Woman display. My wife must be in there.
She's got to be.
Don't you think?
She's got to be.
Extraordinary Woman. Chris Fletcher. But I think she's in the Extraordinary Woman section. Who could put up with me? That's what I want to know, right?
Waldemann's, Iron Ranger, Frogtown Curling Club.
Oh yeah, the curling club. We got curling here too.
Yes, we
A couple
do.
locations, I think.
The Spot Bar, Skinner's, Yorg, East Side Bar, Mama's Pizza, University Club, Mancini's. Oh yeah, Mancini's.
Are these all different
Mama's.
people?
Yep,
This
these
is
are
great. Thank you.
These are some great
We
ones,
are going to
folks.
make a list.
Smoke Session Barbecue, you bet.
Where's that at?
That's in the old Hafner's lot at 1590 White Bear.
Oh, I got to go there.
Oh, they do some great barbecue.
I used to go to Hafner's every week. You know, we only had enough money to go out once a week, but it was either Hafner's or Geno's.
The Nook and Brunson's. Oh yeah. Tommy and Molly, the owners of Brunson's, wonderful people, huge supporters of law enforcement.
How's it look? Can they see the old Capitol there?
Oh yeah, it's perfectly in the image.
This one's dead. I don't know if we got a spare there. Keep them coming. Keep those ideas of what's the greatest stuff about St. Paul.
Nicole, we don't know why you're in your hospital bed, but you are in our prayers. You most certainly are.
So sorry.
We got 3 cooperative. One is a little uncooperative.
Oh, the Dragon Boat Festival on Phalen. Oh, that's wonderful. That is not to be missed. Ice skating in downtown St. Paul during the Winter Carnival. That's in Rice Park, right?
Right next to Rice Park, between Rice Park and the landmark there. I put that rink right there next to the landmark.
Yep.
And then you can enjoy the sculptures and the lights in Rice Park while you're skating. Pretty special.
The Seoul Cafe, great Korean restaurant on Snelling Avenue. The St. Paul Hotel.
Love it. Love the St. Paul Hotel.
Urusso's.
Freddie Urusso, great guy, great food. Well, think out of the box a little bit, not just restaurants, of course, but think about those outdoor things that you like to do. I mentioned that train museum once. I think it's closed right now, but that's just something special you don't get a chance to do a lot of places. Or even for that matter, ride a train. Take the train out of the Union Depot down here is a gorgeous building.
Mm-hmm.
Just an absolutely gorgeous building.
El Burrito Mercado, you bet.
Love it.
The Jazz Festival up on Selby, that's a great one.
That's one of my personal favorites. They did not have it last year.
No, they didn't.
1747 Fort Parkway.
Rondo Days.
We got our suspect in custody.
That's, from me, that's one of my favorite events.
Well, the favorite thing about the Jazz Festival for me is they always had the roasted corn.
Oh, yeah.
You know, there aren't many places that have the roasted corn. So,
Cinco de Mayo.
Hang on, copy.
Are they having that this year?
I don't think so, but I don't know. But I'll tell you what, there's like 17 great community festivals. Well, 17 in the county.
Frisbee golf. Dog parks. We have some great dog parks.
And Highland Park in and of itself is fantastic.
Agate and fossil hunting along the river. Our amazing hockey history. So many colleges we have here in town.
Oh, you can talk about a Hamlin, of course, where I graduated from, but right down the street, you got McAllister, you got Bethel, up Snelling the other way. Augsburg is just close by Minneapolis. St. Thomas, of course, which the University of Minnesota. Concordia. Somebody from Concordia football team got drafted. You know, and I don't know who that got drafted by the draft yesterday. So Mike Martin's son played there. If he's listening, he'll know who that was.
My son Jesse played there too.
I think Mike's might have just still be playing. Or just
Did you say Hamlin or Concordia?
Concordia.
Yeah, that's where my
Concordia. I think they used to be Division 3, and then they went to Division 2.
Just like a little clarification from the person viewing the video. Were they just looking suspicious around a building, or were they actively trying to bust open a door?
I'll call back and find out.
The Vulcans.
Well, we're getting some people yelling down here at the transit station. We don't get down here a lot, but hopefully neither one has a weapon.
I think he was yelling at her.
Yeah, they were yelling at each other. She was yelling at him.
180.
But they're both sitting on a chair. Where did the one behind us go? Oh, he's coming
Crossing
back.
behind us.
You don't know who we are yet. What is the... Oh, he's going inside?
Around.
I'm going to 2 here.
I think he's going around, so.
We'll give him a little surprise if he shows up.
I'm not sure if he can actually get around or not.
I'm guessing not, unless he goes over that fence.
What's for midnight EOT? 271.
271.
280 Myra.
Fire after 80.
And there's spots for midnight EOT on channel.
Well, that guy's missing a shoe.
Yes, he is.
That's too bad.
There are any spots for midnight EOT?
You know, if I had any of my shoes in the car, I'd give them to him.
377 today.
I know you
Because
would.
I never wear them.
Anyone else?
I tell you that the dog stole 4 of my shoes. Did I mention that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, here's a couple good ones.
Have a good night.
I might have a left foot for him.
The Union Depot building.
Yes.
J.J. Hill Library. St. Paul Chamber Orchestra.
Yes. Actually, we got to go back up there by the Ordway. That Ordway is a
Yeah, it is.
beautiful building for arts and theater.
The Old Creek Sheds, Sweet Hollow, Phalen Creek, Trout Brook.
Yeah, we might have, just because we always go to the problem areas, those of you that aren't from here may wonder, because we don't go to the good areas. Feel a little guilty about that now that I think about it.
But we go where we think we might be most needed.
Yeah.
Frogtown Park and Farm Community Gardens and Green Spaces. Amazing job done there. Harriet Island River Cruises. Pearson's Candy Factory. Oh my goodness.
Love it.
Get me thinking about nut goodies and
This
salted nut
Intercontinental
rolls.
Hotel is a beautiful facility too.
Yeah, it
here.
really is.
The beautiful bay windows there, that right up to our right there. Again, some great facilities and activities there. Some great history in our old city hall, City County Historical City Hall across the street here. Any more coming there? What's it?
We're waiting. Don't want to do too many repeats.
No, we're gonna get them all. Touch them all, Kirby Puckett.
I think we already. Well, maybe we didn't already say this. Our amazing hospitals, United, Regions,
Oh, that's a good point.
Children's.
It's some of the best healthcare facilities around.
217.
On our left, if you can see it, is the amazing Science Museum.
We're going to be in the alley of 1152 Marion with Minnesota plate 127 Whiskey November Golf.
Yeah, the alley of 1152 Marion. That's pretty good.
Nelson's Cheese Factory.
There's the Science Museum right there.
Beautiful spot.
Great, unbelievable facility on the river there.
The St. Paul Downtown Library. Fantastic library.
So right there. And across the street here, kitty corner from the library, is the amazing Ordway. Otto Bremer Foundation Court was funded by the Otto Bremer Foundation and the Ordway family. How do you put your light up there on their sign there, big guy?
On the Ordway?
Yeah. there are some amazing performances here, right across the street. Right up there. It's obviously
Broadway Center for the Performing Arts.
obviously closed right now, but
Their property is 18A
across the street from Rice Park, St. Paul Hotel, the Landmark,
friend was damaging
and the
the
St.
white
Paul
Nissan
Library.
also on the parking lot. Now she's in the apartment.
Gillette Specialty
Stay on
Care
the
for
potty,
children.
5 female, 5'11",
You bet.
medium build.
that is a
wearing
great,
t-shirt.
great point. Things that we're thankful for in St. Paul. And there you'll see the original St. Paul Library.
Beautiful building.
Great facility. I used to do some research in there. It was a great research library before the internet, when you had to come down and actually look up stuff on microfiche.
One thing I got for clarification was that as far as the count, they were trying
And
to
of course,
keep
the
either
first
door or
President
door.
Bush came there. I was there to help on the security detail there when he came here years ago.
Copy, code 4, 550.
217, report 4.
217, copy, code 4, 550.
Well, if I repeat myself a little bit, my apologies. But Mickey's Diner, both locations. You'll never have better potatoes, O'Brien.
The XL Energy Center and the River Center on our right here.
Oh, the Jewish Community Center. Great, great facility.
Thank you for reminding us.
211.
11.
Great workout facility, too, down there they have.
That's what I hear.
I was going to go to Vancouver, but
I'm surprised you knew about it.
Oh, that is low.
217.
217.
This will be advised with 224.
Copy, advised, 550.
I'm just teasing you, bud. Just teasing you.
St. Kate's. I think we might have missed that one.
Oh, yeah.
McAllister, I think we mentioned that one. They have a Scottish festival there. Cecil's Deli. Oh, you bet. Thanks, Catherine. You're never going to find a better Reuben sandwich, or my personal favorite, the Some Like It Hot. Hot pastrami, pepper jack cheese on marble rye grilled. The U of M President's House.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? I don't think we mentioned it. The cathedral.
Yeah. I kind of mentioned it briefly, but not after we asked people to send us your ideas.
Irving Park, which we're right near.
Sunday night looks slow down here. Of course, it is after bar closing.
Right.
Been driving around here.
We were talking about it last week, but the carousel at Como. Originally was at the State Fair, right? Where was the carousel?
Well, it was at the State Fair, and then it went to the Town Square.
Town Square,
and then went back out there to Como. Yep, but they saved it from the fair and moved it out to the Town Square.
200, 211.
Copy, advised, 550.
U of M Farm Campus.
Yeah, Minnesota Mining and Manufacturing, they're still a part of St. Paul. Their headquarters in Maplewood, but they got a lot of space in St. Paul, an amazing corporation. Ecolab, I mentioned, of course. Securian.
Yep.
Securian, another awesome business.
The Governor's Mansion. The Lexington Restaurant.
Well, Summit Avenue in general.
Oh, yeah.
If you're interested in history and houses and a safe environment, walk down Summit Avenue in the summer. Enjoy that. There's probably a map somewhere tells you about the different houses, right?
I'm sure there is.
I'm sure the Summit University or Summit Avenue Association probably has a map.
The yearly Festival of Nations, which I certainly hope comes back.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's one of the best strengths of St. Paul is the ability to celebrate diversity.
The Hmong soccer tournaments at Como Park.
fair, we got to drive over to the west side and celebrate Cherokee Heights, I suppose, huh?
Absolutely.
A little bit.
Beautiful neighborhood. James J. Hill House.
Yeah.
St. Anthony Park. God, we have a lot of beautiful neighborhoods.
Yeah, St. Anthony Park is amazing. Well, for that matter, Highland Park too, and you know, just little different niche areas that.
Every neighborhood has its charms. Frogtown,
Yeah.
Payne Phalen, Greater East Side, Hayden Heights, Dayton's Bluff.
Changes to a recovered property. Big marks to 525. Gangs. 910.
Copy, 2254.
The Irish Festival every August on Harriet Island. Hopefully coming back this year.
You don't remember? You remember? What was it?
Sorry, Peter, I remember
83, 84. We started the Taste of Minnesota.
Oh yeah.
24.
That was down on Harriet Island originally.
Nope, it was at the Capitol originally.
The Capitol originally, yes. It was at the Capitol, you're right. Capitol. Ron Maddox came up with the idea. And I was working there off duty now that I think about it, the first year. What year was that? 85 maybe?
Did it move down here?
No, that they came up with the first one. You should Google that, Taste of Minnesota, Wikipedia.
I'm thinking 83 sticks in my head for some reason.
'Cause I was on the city council when Dick Broker came up with the idea. He was Mayor Latimer's chief of staff. He came into my office, and it's either 82, 83, 84 that he came in there. He came into my office with Dick. If you knew Dick Broker, he was a brilliant mind, but he wore sandals to work. Which back then, nowadays isn't any big deal, but back in 82, 83, 84, it was a little out of the ordinary, but he was just, you know, a brilliant kid. Well, he was older than me a little bit, but... And he said, I got this idea. Maddox and I got this idea. And they built this Taste of Minnesota, originally on the Capitol grounds, which I thought was brilliant, the way it was done there.
It was.
They eventually had to move it to the Harriet Island, and then eventually they renamed it to something else. Forget what it was called then. But here's my point. I think we should resurrect that.
I would love that.
I think nothing better than going out and trying a bunch of different food.
You're talking my language
And
there.
let every culture have its food there. You know, like it's a food festival. Taste of Minnesota. All Minnesota restaurants there.
Yep.
And I think we put it back on the Capitol grounds.
Well, this may be a monumental occasion, Bob.
Okay.
I win.
Okay. What was the
On a
first year?
history question, it was 83.
83. And the first one was at the Capitol?
Yep,
What
it was
year
at
did
the
they move it
Capitol.
to? Well, I knew it was 82, 83, 84 because I was on the city council when he came up with the idea. But then what year did they move it to Harriet?
Let's see here. Well, Ron Maddox managed it from 83 to 2008.
I know they got kicked off the Capitol grounds.
Keep getting voicemail.
Or they were charging them too much. Or...
It does not say when they moved.
Copy, found it. 2254.
Oh, what a great concept, huh?
Oh, absolutely. It was brilliant.
Brilliant.
And it was free admission. That was the key right there.
Yeah.
It was free admission, and then you would buy tickets for food.
Yeah.
It was a brilliant concept.
Taco House. Can't forget Taco House. And my personal favorite, Boca Chica.
I love Boca Chica.
Boca Chica restaurant here over on Concord. Cesar Chavez Drive. On the west side. I guess the point of all this is there's literally 1,000
11.
gems and fun things in St. Paul.
211.
If we could just... Hang on, we'll see what this call is.
Meet up with the West One. They responded for 9-1. Hang up 36 meters at 1040 Thomas Avenue. Turns out to be assault that occurred at 430 Daly Street.
If we could just get 75 of the shooters. Really, I mean, it's really, I've always said it's 50 to 75 people that are shooting at each other. It's the same people over and over all year long. If we could just get those 50 to 75 off the street or to convince them to stop.
One or the other.
Everything else would gel together. It's not a large number. 300,000 people, 75 max. So
211.
2003 it moved to Harriet Island.
Okay.
Some of the previous history shows 438 daily. They're not actually with
Oh, thank you, Catherine. St. Paul has more Mississippi riverfront than any other city along the river. 26 miles.
It reminds me of the Red Bull competition where they fly those aircraft off into the river.
Uh-huh.
Have you seen that? Oh, we got to get you down there this year.
I haven't seen that.
People, homemade aircraft. They build them and then they run them down a chute. And you run off and you fly into the Mississippi River. Serious.
So they're going to want you to check 4.
Our water patrol is there to rescue them.
Are you able to assist checking that address as well?
They all wear life jackets. And it's a lot of junk in the river that gets pulled aside.
For info, that apartment has FDIC. Thank you. Send an email. There's schizophrenia and type 1.
Paul Wellstone.
El Burrito Mercado.
Oh, yep.
They have that street corn, that grilled corn you love right out front, or in back.
Paul and Sheila Wellstone.
Call back to be let in, please.
Center for Community Development. Is it development? Community? You can get it up there. Yeah, community building. That's what it was. Paul and Sheila Wellstone Center for Community Building. And I'll tell you, I'm going to throw in some organizations. Now tell us about the great organizations. This field right here reminds me of the West Side Boosters.
Oh, yeah.
And they run a football program second to none in the country. They got their own artificial turf now after years of
didn't know that.
Being in the dirt. Yeah. West Side Boosters, one of the best organized youth football programs. We're talking about young kids, every age on up. So, but now tell us about other organizations of people, our human infrastructure here in St. Paul. Like, I always talk about Phalen Johnson hockey with Moose Younghands. And there's countless names that you should jump in there and tell us names of people and organizations that contribute every day to this town and make it special. Catch in there, Pat, whatever we got there for.
We're not there yet.
People. You can put your own name in there. I feel better already.
The Vulcans, the Johnson Hawks.
Johnson Hawks.
Copy, clear at 2 minutes.
The actual high school used to be Governors, but since they merged some of the teams together, now it's become the Hockey Association has become the Hawks, which I think they have Harding and Como now.
The McKnight Foundation.
There you go. Thank you,
That's
McKnight
a very
Foundation.
good one. All the many Catholic parishes.
Amen. St. Paul Public
Nativity
Housing.
of St. Peter Claver.
Yep.
Outstanding.
Public Housing. John Gutzman. Just an unbelievable organization.
The Urban Tennis Program.
Sandy Martin. Thank you.
The Bush Foundations. St. Paul Foundation. Bremer Foundation. Patty Lammers, yes, she's an amazing woman. Crime prevention specialist with St. Paul Police Department. Sergeant Fuzz.
Sergeant Fuzz.
Catherine Smith, yes indeed. St. Paul JCs. Yeah, booyahs get a special place. IBEW Local 110 electricians.
Amen.
The VFWs and the American Legions. Northern Star Boy Scouts of America.
Great job. I saw online they're posting for jobs. They're hiring someone, looking for someone. To check their website out if you need a job to help build Boy Scout troops.
Sorry, thank you.
And most indeed, all of the frontline workers. Big brothers and big sisters. Not familiar with this. The Starkey Foundation?
I think Starkey maybe, huh?
Starkey? Okay.
Yep.
St. Jude's Children's Hospital. Loaves and fishes with Catholic Charities, most certainly.
Yeah, Catholic Charities in general. Just Tim Marks, I know he's retiring or has retired. Thank you for all your work with Catholic Charities for all those years.
The Wilder Foundation.
Even smaller organizations like booster clubs and stuff.
Yep, Midway Men's Club.
There you go.
Very good one.
Human infrastructure.
The Masons.
Can you call Council 24 again?
And we are listening to the radio, just so you know. The calls have kind of dropped off, which could be because it's Sunday, it could be because of all the shots fired last night, or just could be because we're out here.
Could be. Wes Beretta with the East Side Midget Hockey.
Yeah, he was an icon. Poor Wes, if you can believe that. I'll tell you a story. Wes had developed that East Side Johnson Midget Hockey for years. He was coaching, as he always did, standing on the ice near the box, coaching people, and
321.
as the puck came around, players came toward him, and he got his feet taken out from underneath him.
Okay.
This is at Phalen Arena. And because he had his hands in his pockets, you know, coaches, sometimes they have their hands in their pockets while they're coaching, he wasn't able to catch himself as well, and he fell and hit his head. And he died.
Eek.
And that is why USA Hockey requires all coaches to wear helmets now too. I was coaching at that time at a different level over there at Johnson Arena, and it was a terrible thing. Just an icon in the community, the whole Barrett family, and just had spent so many years giving to the community. Emery Barrett was his brother, and I think his brother, I'm pretty sure, and he was a strong Christian man, and
204.
went to school with Michelle Barrett. It was just a terrible thing.
Having computer issues. Can you log me off?
But, you see how fast life can go? You're standing there coaching hockey 1 minute, next minute hit your head on the ice and you're dead.
Really?
Not to put a damper on all the good things that are going on here. We're up at Cherokee Park.
Minnesota Public Radio. And one of my personal favorite programs that nobody has mentioned it yet, but I'm going to plug it myself, is West Minnehaha Rec Center in Frogtown. They have an outstanding football program as well.
They do. As a matter of fact, you're 100% right. Does Johnny Howard still coach there? He used to coach down there.
He did. I'm not sure if he still does.
Johnny, if you're there, we thank you for all your service. Did some great work there. You're still doing great work. Johnny Howard, you're one of our faves.
Jimmy Lee Rec Center. Martin Luther King Center.
316 traffic. 316, go ahead.
Montana White Bear.
Well,
Golf
keep
Foxtrot, Juliet,
these
520.
comments coming all through our profile there. We're going to go through every single one, make a list of all the great things
And 321, we're with us.
that St. Paul has, and we're going to post them sometime in the next couple days here. No doubt there will be some more tragedies that happen. No doubt we can do better, but let's be sure that everybody from outstate, out of our country, knows how proud we are of our town and all the good things we have here. So whoever sent me that little note about what's good about St. Paul, we're going to make sure we have an answer. And by the way, this is how the Winter Carnival started in the first place, because there was an article in the New York paper, New York Times, I think, about how it's a cold, barren community and nothing, what could really come out of Minnesota.
Huh.
And so a bunch of people read that and said, heck with that, we're going to start the Winter Carnival and show them, you know, what we have.
I love that story.
So same way we're going to start celebrating more of our amazing infrastructure, human and otherwise, here.
Excellent. Thank you, Karen Larson. Rondo Library. Great library.
You got to go study for your test up there, right? Or is that where you take your test? Somebody studied for their test, or I think maybe the test was given up there for peace officers. We got to get you back in there.
Yeah, mine is going to be further out on University.
Okay. Buffering a little bit, maybe?
Don't appear to be.
Okay, good. So there's the Capitol again in the distance. You can see it a little bit in your picture. We're on Smith Avenue, which is perfectly lined up with our Minnesota Capitol.
That is a cool view.
By design. If you had a camera here, you could just take a long lens, take a picture of those street lights coming down the hill. We might not be able to read them all off from here on in, but we are going to catch them later. So send us your, and if you're listening to this later after tomorrow, which a lot of you smart people will actually go to sleep, I'm going to pull up right here just for a minute, because I don't know that we can appreciate that view. I wish we could.
Yeah, this just won't do it justice. But man, I wish you could see this view.
215.
To be in one of these houses right here,
Subject copy
and that
on
view.
an accident with injuries per bystander info at 7th and Hope for a silver van versus a sign where a male driver appears injured.
So we're at Smith and Cherokee,
305 copy.
and it's night. We can see the Capitol across there. The cathedral lights are actually off right now. I don't know what time they turned them off. Probably around midnight. But I'm going to walk out here. There's a railing here because it is worth coming by sometime on your own after 10 o'clock at night and seeing this view, right?
It will put your mind at ease. It'll bring peace to your soul.
So
it really will.
305.
Correction, the vehicle struck the bus shelter. TC will be advising Metro Transit.
Copy.
12 minutes.
Oh, this might be our friend Trevor.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I can't get out. You'll have to.
What's up, Trevor? Good, what's up? No, but go ahead, put it on mute there for a minute.
I can't get out.
No, he just wants to talk.
So sorry about that. We had a citizen approach us, wanted to speak to us privately, did not want to be recorded or on film.
Copy it.
What a beautiful spot.
Well, it is an amazing view.
It really is.
Totally amazing. There's a couple other ones down the road here, but you know, if you're walking along the river, you can even see them better than driving, obviously.
And no, that was not Trevor. I thought it was, because Trevor drives a tow truck, but it wasn't Trevor.
Friend he is. He knows them though.
Yep.
Really, the tow truck drivers are.
Talking to the driver, she's alert and conscious.
Oops.
Copy. Still want medics to roll there?
Yeah, she's over. Thank you.
Did not
Copy.
hit.
But what a view they have from those houses right there.
Unbelievable.
Oh my goodness.
Unbelievable.
What a great bluff to be living upon.
Can you imagine the history of this Mississippi River? You know, from the 1800s. And it's really not that long. I mean, it's, you know, what, 140 years of amazing history. So we're going across the High Street Bridge, which is also known as the Smith Avenue Bridge. First National Bank, there's another memory of every child that's ever lived here, right?
Oh yeah.
Seeing the big one flashing up there.
Most definitely. God, look at that view too. Wow. I love this city. I love this city.
Can't beat it. What time is it? It's got to be way past
12:15.
No, it's got to be much later than that, doesn't it?
316, you can cancel 314.
Well, listen, we are going to work probably till 2, but you do not need to stay up with us. We're just going to make sure that nothing happens during the window that it happened last night. And obviously there are far few people out. With our luck, we'll go home at 2 and 2:10 it'll happen. But don't feel guilty if you decide to go to sleep right now. You got to get up at 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock for work at 8 or 9. Or you can just stay up and sleep fast. Sleep fast.
That's the cop way. Sleep fast.
I was like that young guy that was trying to confront that robber in his alley the other day. He said he popped one for courage. A lot of people just pop one to get to sleep. But I do feel guilty keeping people up. In fact, I'm thinking maybe we should shut off here shortly. We can stay out working ourselves. Something happens. But I don't...
Our main thing was we wanted to be out at bar closing time.
Yeah.
We were.
And, but, you know, I had I just... We don't want to be accused of being an addictive substance.
Well, you just mentioned last night, and someone who just joined us was asking what happened last night. Well, to reiterate... Oh, wait a second here.
You got 3 on over there? Or
63. I have another
7th and Hope.
What's happening?
from Arctic.
Yeah, for some reason. But Andrew.
I think that was an accident with injuries there. And we're a long ways away from it. Or we were a long ways away from when it came out. Now, last night, there were 3 separate shots fired incidents. And during 2 of them, a total of 7 people were shot. Close to 200 spent shell casings recovered.
Say that again. 200 spent shell, at least 173, but we've heard there's actually more. Seven people brought to the hospital. Pet's looking up something on the computer. Master of analysis would.
No further assistance needed at that accident.
Yeah, there's the Fitzgerald Theater. There's a lot of other art opportunities down here too. Looks like people are begging us not to go off air, huh? Hey, I've been thinking about this. For those of you that are still on, I should have mentioned this earlier. You're aware of some of the controversy of, well, there's no real controversy on people that are watching, but the political controversy of some politicians not wanting Live on Patrol to continue. If you haven't, that's okay, but there'll be more discussion this week. There's a city council resolution scheduled to be discussed on Wednesday, authored by Council President Brenmone, to make a complaint about what we do, try to shut it down. And that's all well and good. Don't worry about that. I'm sure that'll resolve itself fine. I'm not worried about what we do or how we do it. But having said that, what would be helpful is when you do share our posts, like when you share this video with all your friends, we greatly appreciate it. But sometimes you need to put a little narrative to tell them why you like it. You know, what about this is meaningful to you in the share? Because a lot of people see the share, but it really is a matter of finding what meaningful aspect of Live on Patrol, and so when you do share, they can hear a little bit of personal information about why you think it's special.
Yep.
So don't forget to take just a couple extra lines and tell people why you're sharing it. And that will help us reach a broader audience to try to accomplish our mission.
I'm unable to come up with any rational explanation why anyone would be opposed to what we're doing.
Use a steak.
Ooh.
You know, my kid, Bobby,
Yeah?
he likes to cook chicken. I mean, and spice it up.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
Does he have a specialty?
he does. He's a good little cook. And but generally it's his Szechuan chicken. And you know, boneless chicken breast, cut in little bites. He has his own special flavor. This is crazy, but it's my favorite meal.
Really?
My favorite meal.
Now, does he do like rice with it, or any
You
vegetables?
can do rice, yeah. Well, we can. You know, there's an option for rice or whatever, depending on the amount of time. But you know, chicken's good for you. It's got good protein. It's cost efficient, obviously. If you spice it, cook it right, and spice it up right, it's the bomb. But you know what? I don't know if I mentioned it or not. My wife bought one of those pressure cookers.
Okay.
You used one of those before?
Yeah, like an Instant Pot?
Now you're asking me. It's a.
I have a pressure.
Okay, it might be. So you put a cover on it.
Yep.
And then the pressure goes up to X number of degrees or whatever. And so what he does is he does the chicken on the stove in a pan, okay, because it crisps it up a little bit on the outside, and then carrots, celery, and potatoes. Those, you know, those, what do they call those potatoes? Those red potatoes.
Yep.
In the pressure cooker. It's unbelievable. Nice. I could just eat the vegetables and the potatoes alone, but you throw the chicken there on the side. You want me to turn on that orange flashing? There might be a car coming. This guy's gonna run on us. I don't think he knows.
I got 430. Let's get his plate.
He's driving with his head out the window. I mean, he was literally driving with his head out the window.
430.
214, go ahead.
RZ8. Watch it.
Magnolia Arcade, 502 Victor Alpha Hotel.
Well, how about that? Well, maybe not.
Magnolia Arcade at 26 minutes. And 314, I copy the hit on the RO. Just let me know if you need that air.
Sorry, incident.
Copy.
Oh.
DAR.
Sure, I don't think we need the air. We can probably roll one more car.
Second squad at Magnolia Arcade for 314's traffic stop. 316, we'll head that way.
What's going on, partner? Good, how are you? Just stay right where you're at, okay, so I can talk to you. What was the deal there with driving what? He was trying to hurt you? Well, here's the thing. Don't drive while your head's out the window. No, you're good. Claims somebody was chasing him.
Hang on one second. I gotta grab something I dropped.
I don't think the holiday station is actually open.
Anybody in there
I
with
could
him?
be mistaken. That's what I thought. I don't think there's anybody else in there. Do not want to let a guy like that come too close to your window.
No.
Here, we're going to talk to the St. Paul officer for a minute. Maybe you can mute that.
Yep.
see that every day, Pat.
No, you sure
In fact,
don't.
I never saw a guy drive with that out that far out of the window. Did you?
No.
I was thinking he had some stilts with him.
The man was did not in any way, shape, or form appear intoxicated.
Just a little bit. Had some mental health issues, right?
Yeah.
Would you say that?
Which is
mental health issues.
which is not against the law.
We're trying to be understanding of people with mental health issues. Claimed he was being chased by someone. And in fact, he was yelling out the window at someone. But there just wasn't anybody there. So we're all for having social workers and mental health workers ride with us or be available. I don't know that a person like the gentleman we just had would be willing and accept that help at this time of night. But we're not opposed to that. We just have to make sure it's all stabilized.
381.
381.
You're 4 east and 910. 10
Copy at 31 minutes. 314, checking your status on traffic.
We got plenty of help. Thank you.
Good copy, I'll put you as
It's
code
so damn
4.
nice out here, Pat.
It is.
60 degrees, clear skies. Clear skies, nothing but clear skies.
So nice it makes you want to take my shirt off and hang out the window.
Maybe we better wrap it up. I feel better that we made a list of all the great things in St. Paul. We did, on our list was not the M&H gas station though. We gotta put a gas station with the best cheese dogs on it though.
And this would be it. Somebody's yelling.
I think they're friendly yelling. North Dakota plate there, 216. Delta Golf Mike. It's weird. Fly me to the moon.
Is that a Subaru?
Probably.
Oh, wait, close. You're Pat.
Yes.
Pat, yep.
I watch you live all the time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice to see you guys.
Yes, bro, that's there.
Hey,
what's up?
we're rolling right now. We're rolling. Yeah, we're rolling.
We watch you guys live on Live PD every
Put
day,
yourself
man.
in front of the. Get yourself out of the car and get on TV. Get on TV. 10,000 people watching you. There we go. There we go. Thanks. How's things going?
I was so waiting for y'all to see y'all around here.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Well, this is one of our stops. You know, the M&H.
I watch on Live PD every day, man.
Thank you.
I'm a huge fan on that TV.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, no problem.
Are you from North Dakota or just
Yes, I'm from North Dakota, but I actually moved out to St. Paul.
Good for you. What part of North Dakota?
Minot.
Minot. Well, that's a long ways out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. My daughter lives in Grand Forks, North
Dude,
Dakota.
I've been waiting to
interesting.
see y'all for a while.
Yeah. Well, what's your first name?
Alexis.
Alexis. Nice to see you.
Good to see you.
We saw you talking to those other kids in the other car, huh? They're friends of yours?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We were just watching. Well, thanks for stopping and saying hi to us.
Problem. We'll have to keep watching.
Yeah. Please do.
We're definitely gonna keep watching.
Check it out. Check it out. You're on tonight's. You're at the. Where are they at, Pat? What hour mark are they at?
Oh, let's see here.
When did we start? We started about the
10:54.
about the 2.5 hour mark.
2.5 hours.
Yeah. Can't be 10:54 though, right?
Let's see here.
I don't know. 2.5 hours. Yeah.
2.5 hours in.
2.5 hours in. Yep. See yourself.
That's awesome.
What time do you guys go live again?
We never know for sure. Tonight we're going live because we had all those shootings last night. Did you hear about them?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Like a couple hundred shots fired.
Yeah, it's getting to be a crazy world anymore, that's for sure.
It sure is. What part of town you guys living at now?
St. Paul.
What part? East side or?
East side, yeah.
East side, good. Well, we'll be patrolling over here probably till you go to sleep.
Awesome, man. That's cool, man. Well,
Go home and go home, relax. Put your phone on.
I'm definitely gonna turn this thing on right when I get back to the house.
What's your first name?
Derry?
Derry and Alexa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lexus and Derry.
Alexis and Derry. Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you guys.
We won't ask your friend his name because he's hiding back there. He's holding onto the spare tire.
Hi, hold on.
That's my cigarette.
Don't start the car on fire.
Well, you guys take care.
All right, thank you. See you guys later. Thank you. Bye. Well, there you have it. Proof that you're more popular than me. You're Pat.
I think that's a first.
You're Pat. Hi.
Hello.
You're Pat. I think, Pat, if we're going to shut down crime, I don't know, backseaters, what do you think? This is what I'm thinking. If we're going to shut down crime, backseaters, Pat and I have to work Friday and Saturday nights.
We may have to.
I think that's the only solution. We can't skip one night, let them shoot the other night. We got to work Friday and Saturdays. Sundays
Maybe not always, but definitely
Sunday's probably
sometimes.
not enough. Anyhow, remember, when you do share this stuff in the future, or even if you share this one, put in your share the reason that you think your friends should watch. Because that's more meaningful than anything. Just a short comment or two about what you like about Live on Patrol.
Yeah. Like, hey, watch this because, and why you find it meaningful.
Yeah, but it can't be like because Pat's so cute. And he has a lot of different shoes.
Why not?
It's gotta be. Oh, and by the way, the other thing, I gotta say this again tomorrow. I mentioned this today, but we gotta be kind in our conversation about issues, and we can't start blaming groups or parties. Just discuss the issues. And if you don't like what someone says, don't counter with, you're a friggin' idiot. You know?
Yeah.
You know, it's just, you know, how about, hey, I don't agree and here's why. I think you're wrong and here's why.
Just make your point. Make your point without insult.
And there's no sense in arguing with one person for 10 comments. Just move on. What do we got here, do you know?
I don't even know. What are we on here? Magnolia?
I should turn.
Yeah, Magnolia.
You got, why don't you put yours on 2? We did have some shots fired down here earlier tonight, though. Earlier today.
Traffic stop.
Looks like they're towing it somewhere. Yeah, we had some kisses going on.
They ran a serial number on a firearm. So they found a gun in the car.
Stolen gun. Or maybe not stolen.
And a felony warrant. For threats of violence with $30,000 bail. was a good traffic stop.
Somebody's car alarm is going off. I'll stop now. Was that Mrs. Extraordinary? Did that come from Mrs. Extraordinary?
Yes, indeed.
By the way, I had another idea. We were at the retirement there for Keith Olson that we were talking about and Tony Waldo the other day.
Right.
Two exceptional deputies.
160.
Yeah.
Report 108, 171, 165.
Oh, by the way, did you watch the Derby?
I didn't.
I recorded it for you. But I think we can watch it right on my phone now because I got it recorded. Do you know it's amazing technology? You can watch what you recorded at home on your phone. Who would have thought?
Unreal.
I still got a dial phone at home. Click, 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 click. So, but the Derby was great. It's 12-1 horse that won it. But the greatest part was the Charlie horse that finished third.
Yeah.
You have got to, if you didn't have a chance, you got to see the story about the 5 college kids from Brown University that invested in this horse, and they were there. They're 20 years old. They're horse owners. One of them had a uncle that was a trainer. Honestly, one of the coolest stories ever for
Really?
5 kids to find a way to stick together after they played football together at Brown.
Yeah.
And their horse ended up winning this other race and qualifying for the Derby and then finished third. It's just an amazing story of friendship, success, you know. But the best line in the whole story was when his uncle told him, if you're going to get into horse racing, don't do it for the money, do it for the love of the horse.
Outstanding advice.
Because you might win, you might not, but you got to love it. Otherwise, it's a lot more expensive. If you love something, it's not so bad.
And I'm going to do a little segue here.
Yeah.
I think I speak for both of us when we said we didn't get in this job for the money. We got in it for the love of the job, for the love of service.
Yeah. Well, in my case, as I mentioned how I got in, I wasn't sure if I'd like it, but I fell in love with it. You know, I wasn't certain, you know. I thought I would like it, but I fell in love with it
3, 2, 1, we'll take your result.
after 6-7 months just because of the
Copy,
opportunity.
1743 Iowa at the high rise.
Hang on.
Callers in 910. Female was assaulted by a male that lives in 1210. Precinct Cedric, Fletcher, 5060. Then Bell, Ringham, Church.
Such an
20 minutes
opportunity
away.
just to help people and be there when they're in need, you know. And, you know, and there's some excitement to it periodically. No one will lie about that. You know, and some feeling of satisfaction when you catch someone that harmed somebody else.
Absolutely.
But I didn't know for sure until I actually had the job. It was, for me, you know, I'm always interested in kind of, okay, should I try something? Not afraid to try something, which a lot of people aren't that way.
272 traffic.
Right. I actually, from when I was a very young boy, wanted to be a cop, and I did it, and fell even more in love with it. And how many people are so fortunate to be able to say they spent their entire life fulfilling their childhood dream, their entire adult life? I'm a lucky man.
You are.
I had the best job in the world.
Hey, if you're new, I know we're normally we're not on Sundays. If you're new to us, my name is Bob Fletcher. I know I have the pleasure of serving as the Ramsey County Sheriff here in Ramsey County, Minnesota, which is the county of the capital city of St. Paul. There's about 550,000 residents here. And I worked for the St. Paul Police Department, started there in 1977.
You're going to see the victim
for 20 plus years, and now I'm in my fifth term serving as sheriff. And last summer, with the negative feelings toward police, I decided, hey, I'm going to try something different and just see if we can show the human side of what we do, so it's not all about certain 9-minute segments or arrests that you see on TV, because there's so much more to the job. And I asked Pat Scott, my old friend from St. Paul, if he would join me. He's a retired St. Paul police officer with 30 plus years. He joined me as he works now as an analyst for the sheriff's office. And he said yes, and amazingly enough, it just kind of took off from there.
It really did. Interestingly enough, we had worked, with each other on different incidents and cases throughout the years at St. Paul PD, but we were never actually partners, which I kind of regret now. I kind of wish we had been partners for a while.
That'd have been cool.
But it just clicked. I mean, we finish each other's sentences. It's a very unique and an honor to be working with you, Bob.
And we appreciate all the people that watch. We had no idea what this was going to work like, but all the people, the backseaters back there, and our newest partner, Joe Miller, be with us on Fridays usually. We had Crown Vics back in '77. We also had Dodges. Remember those 440 Dodges?
Diplomats, I think.
Yeah, we might have had Diplomats. Is that what they were?
I think so.
I just know that they had big engines.
Yeah, they did. Those were fast cars.
They got terrible gas mileage. But we had some Caprices around too. People would try different cars out.
27244.
Everything was rear-wheel drive back then, though.
Yep. So it was a different ball game in the winter.
Different. Very quiet.
Yeah, it is.
I used the Q route.
Yeah, you did.
I drive through downtown North St. Paul. This is North St. Paul Road. It runs into Wiper Avenue just north of Larpenteur. It's the old road to the city of North St. Paul. Back then when North St. Paul was founded, it was considered way out there. Just like White Bear Lake, North St. Paul, or when you wanted to get away from the city. That's the old Perkins there, right?
I believe so.
Sadly closed up. Goodrich Golf Course, I golfed there. My good friend Fred John taught me how to golf in college. I never golfed until I was in college.
Really?
But it's a great game. Well, you don't have to be overly skilled to play golf. You just be content with your 103 score, And but I got my first birdie on this golf course right here on Goodrich Golf Course. A birdie is when you get one less than par, which I'm sure you knew that.
I'm familiar with that. I golfed from junior high until about age 30.
Really?
And I got thrown down a flight of stairs on a domestic and tore my rotator cuff and in my right shoulder. And from that point forward, I can't get a golf club back further than to chipping.
Well, we should go together, and then I can do certain shots, and you can do the other.
My short game is amazing.
Because
and putting, I'll take on anybody putting.
We'll do that. I mean, go for golfing and we'll take turns. I'll golf some, you can golf the other. But we got to have a cart.
Oh.
The days of walking with pulling the one behind you that's carrying it.
For real.
For a while there when I was younger, when I was below under 60, I wanted to carry the bag everywhere. For the extra exercise. So we're still eastbound on North St. Paul Road.
Well, that what you think is a trivia question, Kathy? I've got the answer for you. Why is Frogtown called Frogtown?
Okay, I want to hear the definitive answer because I've heard 4 different versions of this.
Right. And the 2 most commonly accepted ones are, one, that there were a lot of French people who first settled there. And at one point, frog was a derogatory term for a French person. And it was also...
Are you sure you're not thinking of German?
Nope.
French, huh?
French.
Okay.
And...
there's a lot of Germans there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And...
I'll shut up and let you tell your story.
But that's actually not the case. The true story is that Frogtown was actually built on what was mostly swampland, which is why in Frogtown you will find very, very few houses with full basements. They basically just have a cellar. They don't have full basements, and I don't know of a single finished basement in Frogtown because of the water table is so high. And in the early days, when they were first building up there, there was an overabundance of frogs in the neighborhood that could be heard. Croaking? Is that what you call what a frog does?
Yeah, I'm going to let you finish this story, but while you're telling it, I'm just feeling like I'm sitting in that game show where Regis and Kathy Lee, or Kathy and who's Orion, they have to guess whether you're telling the truth.
I'm telling the truth.
That's what it is.
And the frogs could be heard just about constantly.
That's a great. I did not know that, and I feel bad I didn't know that. I suppose you're going to tell me that one of the frogs got kissed and turned into a handsome prince too. That's great information.
But so no, it is not named. It is not named for a derogatory term for the French. It is named for the frogs that inhabited the swamps.
Fascinating. Fascinating. Now keep your eyes open. You might run into a bear, because there were some bear sightings out here on the border of North St. Paul and Oakdale.
Oh, that's right.
You hear about that? So, for those of you that have kids, we're going on a bear hunt. We're going to get a big one. I wish I remembered all the words, but I read that to all 4 of mine. We're going on a bear hunt. You got any grapes? Nice and quiet out here in North St. Paul, huh? It's quiet everywhere, really. This is what happens after there's massive shootings. People say, well, maybe we'll lay low tonight. Hopefully the police don't knock on our door.
That Frogtown story is very riveting. Good one. Good one.
I'm sure you all saw the great story that, I don't know, Joe Mason, who did it from Channel 5, did on the snowman here in North St. Paul, the one along 36 and Margaret there.
The biggest snowman in the state.
They did a nice little long piece on there. By the way, speaking of good stories, Tom Leiden's story about the Piper killing, kidnapping, and the money there on Channel 9 News, if you didn't get a chance to watch that, that's one of the most interesting stories I've ever seen. And we're talking back in the 76s, but they never found the money. They never found the $1 million in ransom money. And he opened up a bunch of investigative ideas in terms of who the FBI thought of. Actually, the kidnappers were convicted once, got thrown out, and then they got acquitted. But they never found the money.
I'll be darned.
But Tom Light and Channel 9, the investigators, really found that story on the news tonight very interesting. So we just came through downtown North St. Paul, on North St. Paul Road. And it's open and busy, a lot of good places to hang out. Probably the place that we frequent the most because of all the events and activities is right here at Post 39. Got a great atmosphere in here.
American Legion, Post 39.
Legion, Post 39. Got a bar on this side and a nice meeting room on the other side. Book your parties, 11 to 11, open to the public. All right, be on your lookout for bears. Roaming the neighborhood. Jeez, somebody ran into a bear last week somewhere.
Yeah, I remember.
Killed them. It's very strange.
I remember seeing that.
Just about killed them.
How is Rocco doing?
Rocco's awesome. Doing great. Allergies seem to have passed. I don't know what it was, if it was newness in the season, but I did just get some fertilizer down. So you got to stay off the grass for a while now. Suppose it'll drive him crazy. You got to get that crabgrass preventer down when it turns 70 degrees like it did. Keep the crabgrass from growing up. So we are on the border of Ramsey County. This is Century, also known as Division, also known as Geneva.
53 to 11.
Also known as Minnesota Highway 120.
There you go.
223. 211.
Oakdale to our right.
Suspicious at
North St. Paul
1164
to our
McCubbin
left.
Street, Unit 101. Caller could hear an infant crying in distress. When knocked on the door, nobody answered.
Copy. We're out.
57 minutes. That's my time.
So straight ahead, we would run into the White Bear. If you take a right up at the next light, you can go to Marcus Family Theater. It's my favorite movie theater. The first to have the lounge chairs.
I like that theater.
Unit number 4 or 911, hang up within 32 meters.
There's not many good movies out right now. It's the only problem. On our right here is Joy Lake.
Stand by. It sounds like we're getting some updates. This may be exactly.
North St. Paul. Not a huge lake, but a great atmosphere. Picnic tables. You can take boats out on Joy Lake. This used to be the home of the great Curly Slide. You can look it up online. The infamous North St. Paul Silver Lake Beach. Oh yeah, this is Silver Lake. Sorry, what am I thinking?
Anonymous
Silver
caller,
Lake.
Suspicious area check
Joy
early
Park is on the north end.
Road,
Okay.
black sedan driving.
I don't know if anybody corrected me, but Silver Lake Beach, Joy Park's on the other side. What? How's it going? Well, thank you. I'm glad we got out here. Come on out. How many years you lived here? You know, I used to lifeguard right here at the beach. Oh my goodness.
Great one, go ahead.
35 years. Yeah, I used to work out here teaching swimming. I don't know if you knew that.
I taught my son how to
Minnesota license.
Yeah, remember the curly slide and everything? Those were good days. Good days.
Back when I was a kid, we'd come here and my mom would say, "Don't go down that slide, it's going to turn your bathing suit."
It did too. It mostly did. In the metal, that pure metal, that curly slide. Yeah, I remember. I don't know if you remember Nancy Hansen. She used to run the beach here, and I worked for her as a lifeguard and a swimming instructor for many years. I'm trying to think of. You lived here for 35, so I'm trying to think. I started here in 70, and I worked here to 70 till 80, 70 to 80, so 10 years. So you probably moved in after.
Yeah, I moved in 1985.
1985, yeah. Oh, a lot of good memories here. A lot of good. It's a great spot, huh?
It really is.
Did you fix up all that brick, or was it always in that good a shape? It's a beautiful looking.
That's a
house.
beautiful home.
Actually, a real brick.
I know, I can tell. It's in great shape. It is. It's awesome. What's your first name?
Mark.
Mark. Thank you for watching us.
I love watching you guys. I've shared it so many times.
Thank you.
So many people.
Thank you.
You guys are doing a good job.
Well, I'm glad we got
Thank
out
you.
to North St. Paul there. I feel like we didn't let you down.
Hey, I love the way you did that stop stick in Minneapolis last month.
Thank you.
Right between.
Yeah, the two tires. Yeah, we got them right here. We keep them right here just in case we ever need them, right in the back seat. We got the covered ones, the black ones that we can hide in the trunk, but we keep these right in the back seat in case we need to throw them out the window. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Have a good
Take
night.
care.
Thanks for coming to say hi to us. Greatly appreciated. Well, that was very nice.
Yeah.
In our night. Yeah, this was still is a great park there. Silver Lake. Silver Lake. Thanks, Mark, for coming out to say hi to us. Peaceful and quiet here right now, huh?
Yes, it is.
Holy mackerel. Yeah, Jerry Vick grew up right down here. I shouldn't say grew up, but his mom lived right down here. I don't know how many years they lived there, but Maggie. I love this neighborhood too. It's a lot of memories here.
Yep.
Nice and quiet.
Somebody said that slide would burn your butt if the sun was beating on it all day. And he got a reply of, "That's why you use pizza boxes."
Or canvas or something, yeah.
Copy 321.
Nail on the ground, not conscious.
That's,
Does not look like he appears to be breathing.
that's one of the best slides ever.
Copy unconscious, not breathing at 103.
What's that?
Phalen 5 at Iowa, Juliet Hotel, uniform 292.
Repeat the last three.
292.
Copy, adding an Iowa plate at 103.
Accident with injuries. Johnson in Maryland.
North St. Paul High School. Actually, we just passed the original North St. Well, not the original, the second version. This is the third version. I attended the first and second version. Infamous class of 73. It's a nice facility. I haven't seen much of it, but it's quite the building now. Speaking of ground rounds, there used to be a ground round right here. Remember this one?
Nope.
On McKnight, north of 36. You were talking about the ground round that
Down on Ruth, I think it was.
Yeah. Run right up here.
Yelling, wearing a gray hooded sweatshirt. Sounds like a
What it is now.
Other copies.
I don't think the building's even there now. But you North St. Paul, as you remember the old ground round right here. Right at McKnight, north of 36.
Squad 381.
I guess we didn't shut off, did we?
Can you send me the DOC and Penny?
No, we didn't.
381, checking your status. Traffic westbound 94 west of White Bear.
We might.
Go for it.
Hopefully Mike's listening to LTAC for us.
315, if it hasn't been noted, we start chest compressions.
Copy, chest compression
Chest
started at
compressions.
105.
So at that accident with injuries at Johnson and Maryland, the officers on scene, the medics aren't there yet. They've started chest compressions on the victim.
Tough situation. You don't know if there was a medical incident prior to the accident, if there was some form of heart failure or brain aneurysm or drug overdose, or if it happened as a result of the accident.
Exactly.
369, you just want to let medics know that.
And Mike is monitoring LTAC.
Copy, you already let him know.
Started.
CPR in progress.
What else?
In full CPR now. Very sad.
What falls off?
Backseaters, you sure we aren't keeping you up back there? I'm sure that's...
Yeah, those really stay with them now.
Copy.
You sure you would rather we just hit that red button and let you get some sleep?
The floodgates are going to open with that question.
Well, I mean, there are people from other parts of the world.
225.
Well, there's a squad closer. 1310 until the stream. Check on medic 22. They're not answering.
Sometime we're going to have to figure out the time zones for these other countries, Pat.
107.
What's that?
We're going to have to figure out the time zones for the other countries.
272, I'm a couple blocks away. I'll go over
So
there as well.
we know if we're...
272, copy. Thank you.
If it's easier for some countries than others, right?
Yep.
I think I mentioned I was gonna post it. But
302, can I get one of the squads out here to shut down?
80% of our views and watch time come from the United States.
Yep.
80%, and then the next big three are Canada, the United Kingdom, and Australia. Canada, United Kingdom, and Australia. And I don't know the time zone in those, but the England and Australia got to be opposite, right? What'd you think?
You'd think so.
I don't know if there's a connection, but the next two are Germany and Brazil. And isn't that where the Nazis left when they fled Germany to Brazil? Or is that Portugal?
Brazil and Argentina
Brazil
were two
and
big
Argentina.
places.
272. Haven't heard back from medic dispatch.
Obviously, I'm just making a joke, but
They did flop there.
Germany and Brazil are the next two. And then New Zealand, Mexico, Japan, Sweden, Netherlands, France, Finland, Argentina, Saudi Arabia, Russia. So I guess for some of those countries it's not a bad thing, right?
Right.
What were you going to say? You reading something?
Nope. Nope. It's amazing how you got that memorized.
I just wrote the, you know, you put the first letter of each one on your arm. Did you ever use that at school? Oh, let me take a little break. My son did hit me with, what's the Soataki or sine, opposite, hypotenuse, tangent, adjacent, hypotenuse, sotak, cosine, adjacent, hypotenuse. Anyhow, he had it down, whatever it was, for his geometry class. I said, I don't use that anymore. I just look at the book. It's opposite over hypotenuse. Soataki.
From 9th grade on, math was my absolute worst subject.
I love math. I love math right up until calculus in college. So there's a couple different versions of calculus. The first semester is not so bad. The second semester forces your brain to think really nebulously. Well, we'll all talk about that another day, but in fact, when we get together sometime at Tom Reed's for a party, we're going to have a group to talk about calculus class.
I'll be in the other room.
Okay. Calculus. But I love physics, astronomy, physics, and I had to know enough math to work astronomy and physics. Chemistry in college.
Okay, I've got to mention this.
Okay.
Yasuhiro Imai from Japan is watching.
Thank you.
3 p.m. in the afternoon. Thank you very much.
That's cool.
3 in the afternoon.
That's really cool. Really cool. Hey, the Olympics are coming to Japan, huh? Summer
Nice.
Olympics.
Nice.
I mean, they were supposed to be there last year. Obviously, with the COVID, that'll be an exciting event in Japan. What the heck happened? Oh, guess I got the window open. We're sliding back into the city of St. Paul. Came down McKnight Street, which is the border between St. Paul and Maplewood. We're just going west on Stillwater Road, an old road leading to Stillwater. Not really commonly used because it really ends right there at Wiper Avenue, as you'll see in a little bit.
Danae, believe it or not, all of the radios are on.
And on scan. We hope that helps you get to sleep better.
You are hearing everything going on in Ramsey County on the police radio.
Everybody should rest assured right now, it's a safe Sunday night. This happens quite often, though, after there's massive shootings. People just decide, we're going to stay in tonight in case the cops are out there in force looking for us. And of course they are.
Yeah.
Do not attempt to adjust your television set. We are in control. You're about to enter the Twilight Zone. Rod Serling.
Yes, folks, it's been a long weekend.
Anybody remember the Twilight Zone?
Boy, a lot of really big stars got their start there. Robert Redford.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Just to the west.
Copy of firearm in the field to the west at 114.
What the heck? That wouldn't be about the crash, would it? No.
A field to the west.
Well, there's a field right there at Johnson in Maryland, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's related to that call.
Tommy is coming to call here.
Maybe he was shot before he...
Oh, boy.
Surprised they'd even find something like that.
So, in a field adjacent to where the car accident is, a firearm has been found.
Well... So this is where Stillwater Road crosses White Bear Avenue.
Quarterback 3505 Madness, Center Drive, room 325.
Where's that?
The comp can hear 2 people physically fighting inside the room.
It's still Stillwater Road for a while. Actually, a lot of towns had a road called Stillwater. White Bear Township has one too because they had a road that would lead to the city of Stillwater.
2172 is the third. Copy.
2363 back.
I'm going to take a little detour here if you don't mind.
Not at all.
Up Kennard.
Somebody asked if I ever saw Super Troopers. Meow, what are you talking about?
But not more than once. Oh, they're funny. That was a training film.
Indeed.
Training film.
4483, I'm out. That one's... Never St. Paul Squad, your status. You're in control.
We are up on Case, Kennard. Driving through Bill Rohde's Pocket of America. All is quiet. See what's going on the Germain dead end.
All the shots fired in the area, or erratic driving, or anything similar.
We're getting a lot of favorite episodes of the Twilight Zone mentioned.
Oh, good.
And that happened. This one happens to be one of my favorites too. And it was, I believe it was William Shatner was in it, and there was someone said it was a monster. Actually, it was a gremlin on the wing of the airplane.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
And he could see it whenever the lightning came out. It was tearing up the wing.
Yep.
And nobody believed him.
That was scary. I think about that whenever I fly. But obviously we were pretty young when those came on. We shouldn't have even been watching them. But do you remember the one where the wall, you could go through the wall? That was terrifying. Where you could actually walk through the wall or pull through, and then the hole in the wall was closing.
Oh, yeah.
That's like you couldn't see the portal like in today's world. You could see the portals, but in that one you could get pulled in and not get back.
Another favorite of mine was I can't remember. She was a famous actress, and it was at the end of her career. But she was an elderly woman living in a small shack, and a spaceship with tiny little men landed, and were like zapping her with ray guns in her ankles and stuff.
I vaguely remember that, yeah.
And she ended up basically destroying them all with a broom. And right at the end, you see on the roof the last remaining space invaders next to his spaceship. And he says, Mars mission to Earth, Mars mission to Earth. Don't send any more people to Mars. It's inhabited by giants. And you see the American flag on the spaceship.
So everything's relative. It's all a matter of perspective,
exactly.
Right? just tooling around the east side here, making sure
Score 2166 out on the block.
things are actually as quiet as they sound. Keeping everybody safe over here. It is comforting, I think, to know when you're, I mean, most of these people aren't watching, obviously, but if you were watching, to know that there's nothing happening. Right?
Yep. We're just going to follow them, see if it leads us anywhere.
Isn't that a comforting? I'd want to know there's a car driving around live streaming in my neighborhood.
Sure. Agnes Moorehead, that was the actress.
Agnes,
Thank you,
yes.
folks. Exactly.
Copy 2363 and 2365, you both can be clear.
Yeah, they were groundbreaking, those Twilight Zone.
2365, copy.
Get you to think. And there was another show right after it or before it that was similar.
The Outer Limits.
Outer Limits, yes, thank
Yep.
you. Thank you, the Outer Limits.
I loved both of those
Yeah,
shows.
that was good. We're both the same generation. The Outer Limits.
Oh yeah, that is a good one. The episode where the sun was getting closer and closer to the earth, and everybody was dying of thirst and sweating, and all the electricity was going out. And then the person woke up, and it was the exact opposite. Earth was freezing.
Up to the southern alley at Duluth and Orange and go east.
What's that?
Copy, trucks are leading north up to the southern alley, Duluth and Orange, and then go
How you doing?
Good.
Out for a walk?
Still for a walk.
Good, very good.
Good for you.
Good for you.
That's why you're in such good shape.
That's right, man. 51 years old.
Good for
Awesome.
you. Getting a little bit of buffering off.
Is that plugged in?
Yep.
I'll check this. Be a plastic bag over it, creating some more heat, but my wife says we seem to buffer more when we stop.
Interesting.
I don't notice that, but there is a theory someone sent me that as you're driving through dead spots, as long as you keep moving, it regenerates.
That said they heard tires squealing, followed by 8 or 9 shots, saying it's a 15-minute time delay. At this point, it would be more like 20 minutes.
They are apparently tracking someone from that car accident.
Okay.
631. I'll head over to that
That's
address.
more interesting now.
Check around there.
So, I get,
Happy. There's about like back.
anyhow, about the buffering. She was saying, the person that contacted me was saying that
Tracks have led us east to the dead end alley, and they turn north over the grass towards the Wheelock.
Copy the tracks
the
3.
point being, when your car keeps moving, you can catch up because it'll leave that dead zone.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's the stopping. It's when you stop in a dead zone that it doesn't
That makes
regenerate.
sense.
Doesn't regenerate. So you might stop there, 1 out of 10 times, but that ends up being the problem. Used to be able to get up here.
2162. Medics at 998 Normal Court.
So we're looking for a person that apparently fled that accident? Is that what's happening?
It's unclear.
And maybe the person that shot somebody in the car, right? Strange deal. Drug deal gone bad, maybe?
Always a possibility.
369.
369.
We're going to be checking for cameras in the alley here. It looks like there's tracks. They're probably going to be related to the shots fired.
Copy, checking for cameras in the alley. Tracks are likely in relation to the shots fired at 124.
Are you able to
Yeah, the rollover is starting to sound like a shooting.
1217.
You just never know what you're getting into when you get these calls. Holy mackerel.
Yep.
I believe it's meant to be marked as POC at the...
I think you're going to a car shooting and, I mean, a car accident and ends up being a shooting victim.
30 to 40, 5'7", average build, wearing a black sweater, purple shirt with black leggings.
217.
There was a family that contacted me today from the 1000 block of Earl, saying how glad they are that we're out here. So we just drove by your house again. Thank you for your comments, kind comments.
Thank you.
I think we're on Earl or we're on Forest. We're on Earl, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just coming up to Earl in Maryland. Now I got to get my master of analysis to figure out where the hell the search is. What do you think? He said Wheelock.
Yeah.
Straight ahead, or must be, huh?
Duluth and Orange is
Where they started, I think.
started. And then they went east to a dead-end alley and towards Wheelock.
Yeah. Go up here. My guess is just living here for a while that he probably worked his way toward the lake, because you can hide out around that lake pretty easy.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I'm gonna go right straight to the lake. See if we can find him in the surrounding part of the lake. It sounds like
They got a cab.
Oh, we should check that out, shouldn't
We should see if that cab is picking somebody up.
Cab or Uber?
That was a cab.
I know, but let's just okay. Let's see who he's picking up.
What are we on here?
Is it 2nd Street or 3rd? I think we're on Hyacinth. And this is right where Grumpy Old Men was filmed. Oh, this is like a cab collection. So we're gonna see if anybody comes to the cab. What I hate about this thing is all these lights. The next car, I gotta get those dash lights to shut off. So we're looking for a suspect that may have shot a guy in a car and fled. Somebody got in. I heard a door slam. Did you?
Somebody got out.
Out? Oh.
Yeah, okay.
Where's he live?
How you doing? You live right here?
Yeah, I drive a cab. I just got out of work.
Okay.
I live at 1104 Hyacinth.
All right.
This is my car right here. I left it over here because my boss had to get his car fixed, so I just got to ride home.
There's somebody who may have been involved in a shooting in the neighborhood here, and our first thought was maybe he had called a cab.
Anybody out with the car? Can they tell us what color it is?
Right. We could tell you were getting out.
All right, cool.
Take care, sir.
Silver. Copy.
Yeah, there's Aunt Margaret's house right there.
Ah.
I just want to say again, I just saw that red hatchback. That was great work finding out the right plate so they could catch that guy that had threatened that lady with the gun.
Thank you.
That was all you, man.
Thank you.
I'm sure glad I had some Taco Bell before we came out. Because we definitely didn't get any food. So we're on the walk path here from Earl and Ivy up to the park. We don't really know where the suspect is they're trying to track, but we do know that they lost him near Wheelock. This is Wheelock here we're crossing. And that Phalen Park on the west side, which is a beautiful lake, but has a million places to hide.
Yep.
Literally a million. You got your Olite ready there, buddy?
Yep.
going to drive along the coast. That's the coast, all right. It's shoreline. Coast to coast.
Do me a favor and go back by that.
The potty?
Yeah, because it was
open.
It looked like it was a little bit wet coming out from under it.
Okay.
Not sure how fresh.
All right. Well, we checked the
Sharing info to squads. Don't have info on a time delay yet, but 1074 York Avenue in the laundry room. 2 people are inside there that don't live there, and the caller watched them break in. Asian male, 5'5", ponytail with a white t-shirt, no weapons, at 1:30.
Why don't you just...
I'm going to give you an angle here. I'll cover you.
Sounds good.
Are you actually going to check or are you going to pee?
I'm just going to pull it open from the side.
Blind him with the old light. You know what the problem is, don't you? I know what the problem is now. Someone's gonna make a highlight film of us checking porta-potties.
We've done that more than once.
Yeah, that's the problem. I'll be honest, I don't remember. I know I've had accidents where a guy got shot at the accident, but not one where the cops thought it was just an accident and then found the gun later and tried to put the pieces together. That's a tough call.
Yep.
It's a really tough call. At least we know he threw the gun, Pat.
Yeah.
That's the good news. Not that he couldn't have a second one, but the odds are in our favor.
Always assume there's a second. Until there isn't.
So, we are going to check the shoreline. Where's that other... Oh, I got another flashlight. Looks like my old light doesn't want to cooperate today.
Want to use this?
No, I'm good. I'm good with my old trusty dusty. Now you just shine your light on my side so you can show off, right?
Three one with info.
381, go ahead.
That shoreline there too.
Something good.
Spoke with the caller on the shots fired. They reported hearing 6 to 9 shots to the south and east, and hearing approximately 5 seconds of tire squealing prior to that. No visual on the suspect vehicle or suspect in the area. Thanks for transmission.
Yeah.
You can disregard callback, we got in.
Copy, the shots fired caller heard them from the east, and then about 6 to 9 shots total, and then 5 seconds of tires squealing after that with no visual of the suspect or the suspect vehicle at 133.
It's a beautiful lake. Gorgeous. And we're coming up on the location of the 1986 Ice Palace.
1-5, east is all tied up. Something that's suspicious on Upper Afton.
Just off to our left here, there's an island in Lake
Darlene
Phalen.
Street in Upper Afton, about a 45-minute time delay now for a black Volkswagen driving 7 and house. Like, that's how it looks at the vehicles.
Ice Palace was constructed right over
Fire
there.
out at 134.
And the ice was taken right out of Lake Phalen. 22 inches
We'll be en route
thick where the ice
to
was
Region
harvested.
Hospital now.
Put on a escalator and put over this berm, the berm that we're on. And right to the construction guys. The amazing St. Paul Building Trades and Labor that Worked for free. Everybody worked for $1 a day that year in 1986. $1 a day.
Three two.
382.
Sounds like these tire tracks that we found on Maryland, behind 1205 Hawthorne, might be unrelated. The residents here had a vehicle that was towed. One of the tires did not move, so it made a skid mark on the road.
Oh, that's the tracks they were following.
Copy that. The tire tracks found on Maryland behind 1205 Hawthorne are going to be unrelated due to a previous tow from the residents there at the address at 135.
We are now in the city of Maplewood on the north end of Lake Phalen. I have no idea what this Tommy Kramer mobile space. I wonder what they're storing in there. Any idea?
I should check this porta potty too.
You're gonna be a gooseneck this end. I think what we do
there. 382.
You know what's gonna happen? Someday you're gonna check this porta potty.
The resident I did speak to heard of two vehicles
Easter
driving on Maryland, heard a series of gunshots, then heard the accident, and heard a series of more gunshots and a vehicle fleeing.
Oh, a vehicle fled, huh? Same system.
Copy. The resident at 1205 Hawthorne heard two vehicles driving on Maryland, then the gunshots, then the accident, and then a series of more gunshots and a vehicle fleeing at 136.
Go ahead. I'll turn the lights off.
Copy.
137.
Pat's conducting a further investigation. Lake Phalen is a beautiful place. It's mostly because there's no motorized boats allowed here. Just allows you to enjoy the pristine nature of a lake. There's a 90-foot hole in the middle here. Some good fishing out there. I told them we were conducting a further investigation.
It's all clear.
So many different I don't know how many times I can be told by a newspaper that my complimentary viewership has ended. But the thing is, I have accounts in both, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I pay for both. Do you think the Pioneer Press website would be smart enough not to ask me to log in every single time?
Every single time.
It's a pet peeve of mine. Mm-hmm. You know, you want me to have a membership, okay, but
recognize my device.
Cookies or whatever it might be. Recognize our device, right?
Yeah.
Or
Checkin Port-a-Squads on a use caution officer safety.
Create a shortcut or something, right?
With no vehicle.
And doesn't even remember the email.
I
just don't think there's an excuse for that. You're going to ask somebody to.
Check your laptop.
You could say have a membership or pay the monthly fee. You ought to be able to
4483 on all the regions.
Hey, by the way, I didn't actually see anybody complaining about it, but I heard one of the complaints from the city from President Brenmone was that I hit curbs.
You're kidding.
No, I heard that. I think it was somebody who was, I don't know if she told somebody that or what. She didn't like my driving because I hit curbs. I mean, I run over curbs too. I mean, the thing is, this is police work, okay? This isn't driver's ed. Sometimes when we're in a hurry, we're trying to get place A to B, we'll hit a curb.
Oh well. I'm sorry. That's in the category of oh well with me.
If we're down to that point of critiquing our show based upon whether we hit curbs, that is funny. Good at hitting curbs, don't you think? I'm really good at it.
You're an expert.
It's calculated. Cut those corners. There's less danger close to the curb than there is out on the street. Who wants to take a wide turn and run into something? Jeez, it's almost 2 o'clock.
Really? Holy smokes. That explains the yawns.
Well, it sounds like they think a car fled the scene. So somebody got shot, isn't doing well. There was a gun dumped, but a car did. They have a witness that saw a car flee the scene. So, and they're assuming that those car tracks are from someone else's car. So that makes some sense. So we are in the city of Maplewood on Frost Avenue. We're going to wrap up here in a few minutes and get some sleep ourselves, because if more happens tomorrow, we want to be fresh enough to be able to go out for you or let you know what's going on. Doesn't do anybody any good for us just to get tired when there's nothing happening.
Because in all honesty, we're realistic enough and have experienced it enough to believe that there is very likely going to be some retaliation for the 7 people shot last night, and now we have another one.
It didn't sound too good. They're administering CPR, so the person wasn't breathing on their own.
Yep.
1-5 GOA. Copy Birmingham.
Copy, recovered property.
So,
it's going to be at clearance.
Should we do it?
Let's wait till we get to the holiday. I'm going to see if that's open up here.
Yeah, good idea.
We'll shut off. We'll shut off as we check for a cheese dog at the holiday or some other form of. We're going to have some nourishment after we shut off. Some form of nourishment.
Show up toward 12 EOT on time today.
What are the pendings look like?
Well, a former EVOC instructor says that you do just fine.
Oh, that's nice. I appreciate
Thank you.
that. I appreciate that.
And yes,
I don't hit many curves when we're in a chase.
No, I don't think you've ever hit a curve during a chase.
No.
43.
Did we ever get an answer from a driving instructor as to whether or not drivers test my son taking 16 if they can use the rear view camera or if they have to look back?
Yeah. Any driving instructors out there, if you have a rear facing camera in your vehicle and you're taking your driving test, can you use that for backing, or do you still have to put your arm over the back of the seat and be looking backwards the entire time? There's got to be a driving instructor here.
Yeah. So we're at the Holiday gas station at English, and 36. We are going to sign off and get a little bit of nourishment before we do. I might put some gas in since we'll see. A little on the low side, but so anyhow, we welcome the debate the next couple days. It might be interesting discussion about crime and live on patrol, etc. But let's just make sure we respond with kindness and professionalism and without being no name calling. And that includes no name calling. Don't accuse people of their party being whatever party that might be.
Try and stick to the words we try to live by, to be kind. And before we go, we might have an answer here. Hang on a second here.
510
Any other squads for 0200 DOT on channel?
Thank you, Chris Peace. He's a driving instructor, and yes, you still have to look back.
You do? Okay.
Thank you, Chris.
Good to know. Good to know. Until you get your license.
All right, folks, this is it. Like Bob said, at any time this week, we could come back on. But if not, we will see you next Friday at 9/11. Thank you for being with us, and be kind to one another. Be kind to everyone you encounter. Take care, folks. Have a good night.